What are the most important skills for us to have in order to be a buyer first seller? If I can only list one entire skill is the most important thing. It's the ability to collaborate. My mom and Napoleon would say, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. Well, sorry, mom, but you're wrong. It's because of I think it's a 2011 study that was done by Harvard Business School, where they found subjects who were willing to pay 63% more for products that they had assembled themselves, which was far more than they were willing to pay for stuff that had already been put together for them. They saw this as being just as valuable, if not more, than what an expert would do for them. So in addition to placing more value on products that they put together, the researchers also found that people also were willing to pay more for products that were put together by their peers than it was by experts, people like them. Researchers called this the IKEA effect. Yes, after the Swedish manufacturer that requires products be put together. Now, this is just one of several cognitive biases that cause us to have a link between what we perceive as effort and what we think of as valuable. The more effort we put into something, the more value we place on it. So when we collaborate with our buyers in designing our offerings or our products or solutions, they're more willing to buy it and more likely to pay for it because they felt they had a say in developing it. Now, I learned this the hard way. It was, I think, shortly after I had started Unbound Growth, a mentor convinced me that we would have to put together this virtual online training program, and we could enroll all kinds of people into it. I spent a lot of hours crunching numbers, putting things onto a spreadsheet just to see how many people could we actually put through a course and how much the price would charge for that. As the numbers in that Excel spreadsheet started to grow and add up, included more and more zeros in it, I got excited and the number rose with my excitement. We figured that with, I think it was a 12-week course, we would get 100 people to sign up for it. At $1,000 a piece, we'd be cashing in 100 grand a quarter. And of course, if people took the online course, then they'd want to do one-on-one coaching. And so for every 1% or 10 people that we converted, there's another $60,000 without having to do anything. It's all repeatable business online. We're going to be sipping pina coladas by the beach and still making money. This sent me to a ton of activity. I did nothing else than share cold calls with everyone, put a blast to every one of my lists, posted it endlessly on social media. And when I was blasting it out to everybody with a Pulse or a Twitter account, I was locked in my office with my PowerPoint, putting together slides that were going to make us rich. After 8 weeks of constant promotion, PowerPoint edits, and lots of frustration, I was ready for the students to come coming in and start cashing in. You know how many people signed up? One. I couldn't believe that only after all of this work and effort, one person signed up. It was a complete waste of time and resources. I didn't understand, how do people get their courses that they advertise and make all of this money on? I didn't know what we had done wrong, which meant I didn't know how to make it better. So I gave up. I wish I could learn this lesson the first time that it happened, but it didn't. I spent a lot of time and effort trying to create products or services and offerings that people would want, only to realize that they didn't want it. I don't know why I was surprised that they didn't want to come to the party I had put together for them when I never even asked what they were interested in. So Napoleon and my mom were wrong. Doing something yourself isn't the right way to do it. The right way to do it is to actually collaborate. So I took those lessons, and what I did was build an experiment to find out how to build the 6-week virtual pilot course. I actually used Danny Inney's Course Builders Lab to do this. And I was so surprised by how just tweaking the process to actually find out and collaborate with people, what would they want in a course? What works for them? What doesn't work for them? What have they tried? What did they like? What did they not like? What are the goals that they're having? All of these types of collaborative questions to design something. What ended up happening is I thought I would just run this course as a test to see if it was going to work. But I learned a whole bunch of things, like my students wanted to create a community, a place where they could safely share their own challenges and experiences outside of the walls of their workspaces and Slack channels. Selling is a full-time profession, so knowing that other people struggle like you is a help. I didn't know that before. I also didn't expect things like the most basic steps like goal setting would be so transformative for the students after getting their feedback. And then I was encouraged because all of the students wanted to keep learning and wanted to sit in on future classes. They even went so far as to recommend it to other students who signed up because they had helped put it together. Not only did I do this course one time, I took that feedback and create an online demand course. What ended up happening is that for the next 18 months, I ran that pilot course, and it eventually got the attention of a company that wanted me to do it for their whole team. I haven't had time to put it online yet because everybody keeps signing up for it. All because I collaborated with a group of students that put more value on it, that told their peers about it, and those people put more value on it as well.